Jannik Sinner is back. He defeats Ben Shelton in straight sets, and the injury nowhere to be seen. He'll be playing Novak Djokovic in the semis. We spoke about it at the start. We said it was going to happen. It has happened. And on the other side, Alcaraz and Fritz. On the women's, Iga looking good. She is my champion. Can she go all the way? We're going to speak about everything that's happened today and the semi-finals.
So all the quarterfinals are officially done, and we have our semi-finalists, JG. Jannik Sinner, Novak Djokovic. It is the match we all wanted, and we finally got it. I mean, Jannik Sinner, a bit fortunate against Dimitrov, but it seems that he is back with a bang against Ben Shelton. And before that matchup, he had won the last 12 sets against Ben Shelton. So I think that makes that 15 sets in a row against Ben Shelton. He's a bogey player for Ben Shelton. Ben Shelton should be really good on the grass courts, but Jannik Sinner just seems to be a bit of a master. And that elbow did not cause him any problems today. He had a big sleeve on and he was playing as well as ever. Novak Djokovic drops a first set, wins in 4. We've heard that story before, haven't we?
Yep. Let's start with Jannik Sinner. I've not had my say on it. I know you did a semi-final preview earlier on, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. But with Jannik Sinner today, he was sublime. There was no signs of any injury problems at all. He was averaging, well, his forehand quality was like a 9.5, which is outstanding. Ben Shelton said after the match that the pace on every ball was something like he can't compare to the rest of the tour. He's like, it's 2 times more than anyone else. And it's just so difficult to play him when he is serving like he does, like he did today, and aggressive like he was. I mean, he is the best player in the world without a doubt. And on this surface, I don't think he is the best. Because I'm looking at Djokovic and I'm looking at Alcaraz, and for me, I think they perform better on a grass court, and that could surprise some people. Me coming here and saying that, and I've been dismissing Novak Djokovic in this semi-final, but I think it could be closer than any of the other previous matches they've had recently. They've played twice before at Wimbledon, and Djokovic has won both of them. Sinner is a different player now, but I think Djokovic's best chances is on a grass court. So if you factor that, where Sinner's worst chances are on the grass court, Djokovic is his best, it levels out. But Sinner and Alcaraz are the best 2 players in the world, and I keep thinking that we're going to keep getting them in all of the Grand Slam finals. Jannik Sinner now, another record for him. He's the youngest since Nadal in 2009 to reach 4 consecutive Grand Slam semi-finals. And he's the youngest since Nadal, 2008, to reach at least 3 Grand Slam semi-finals in the same season. So wow. There's a clear path here that he is dominating at Grand Slam level. And it could have been over the other day because against Dimitrov, he was down and out. And I'm not sure if he was even that injured, in my opinion. I think when we started seeing him go to the chair and pointing more at the elbow, it was about an hour after he fell over. And it's only when he started really losing, he was focusing on the injury. So I think we've overplayed the injury element with Jannik Sinner because of the situation with him losing. And today, that was evident because there was no signs at all. It was a fantastic performance. 7-6, 6-4, 6-4. Every single time Ben Shelton got to a 30 or a break point, Sinner hit a different mode. I think at 15-40 in one of the games, he then hit 4 unplayable points in a row. And it was just over in a matter of a few minutes. And Ben Shelton was very, very sad, I would say, in the post-match interview, in the fact that he was speaking and giving elongated answers, but just very down and upset because at the end of the day, in all the slams now, the people who are beating Ben Shelton is Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Aside from them 2, he can beat most other players, We don't know how it'd fare with a Djokovic this year because they've not played, but he just needs to be able to close the gap with them, and I think he's finding it so difficult to do.
Yeah, I think that Djokovic would still probably beat him as well in the form that he's in and on this surface. I think it would probably be Djokovic in 4, the same as it is with most of the other players that play Novak Djokovic. He seems to just allow his opponents one set and then he takes it from there. There's part of me wondering, does he just allow them to have a set to get their confidence up and then he just snatches it away from them when they just think that they're getting going? Then he gets his game going. But I think Jannik Sinner, like you said, didn't show any signs of the injury whatsoever. And I do agree that match against Grigor just outplayed him. He played nearly the perfect match against Jannik Sinner for 2 sets. And it was just something we've never really seen from him.
No.
Just disappointing, really, that we didn't get to see a third set of brilliance. And now Jannik Sinner, he's probably thinking, like, counting his lucky stars that he got through that one just with a default. And now he's back to form again. Just beat Ben Shelton, looked fantastic. Ben Shelton didn't look his best, I'd say.
Wasn't bad. I think he made some unforced. They were unforced errors in the stat book, but they were not unforced errors.
No,
it's difficult to make. Who makes unforced errors against Sinner? Because I feel like most of them are forced just purely by the power he has.
Yeah, I just don't think that he can hang with Sinner over the course of just like 4 or 5 points in a row. He can do the odd wonder strike. Ben Shelton, we see him have an amazing point, like bang,
it's on Sinner's racket, Ben. That's what you see. The match point or the set points or break points to say
the same.
It's always the same. Shelton going long or struggling to deal with the pace because I think he just puts that extra bit in to them big moments. A bit like what Djokovic did today. The moment he gets to the business end of the sets, ramps it up, breaks, holds, takes the set, takes the match. And this guy is a killer. They say here, Sinner is also one of the coldest killers we've seen in our sport. His personality is fascinating, to say the least. I find myself watching him, and he's so calm, but yet so dangerous. And I feel he lulls in the opponents because the pace he's hitting these balls. I mean, some of the backhands, by the way, Ben Shelton didn't address this at all, but I noticed it during the match. There was some sort of short balls inside the court. Ben Shelton had Jannik Sinner running around, and somehow he's able to just flick the backhands. He's got so much control. I've not seen anyone on the tour who can put the backhand exactly since Djokovic. Djokovic is great. Zverev's not bad as well with his backhand, and Medvedev, I guess, but different technique. I feel Sinner's is a lot more. It's lethal. He just pinpoints wherever he wants it on the court. He can go short. He can go corner, down the line, cross court, anywhere he wants with the backhand. And it's an effortless movement. If you watch him, the technique is perfect. There's not really many weaknesses apart from maybe him on grass. I don't think he moves as well as he does on the other surfaces.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that was one thing that he did sort of make an adjustment for today. I think he realized where he was a bit sluggish against Grigor, and he made the adjustments in this match because he was taking the ball. The timing of Jannik Sinner's shots today was completely different. Maybe it was the weather. They were saying it was obviously quite windy. And in his post-match presser after the match against Dimitrov, he was saying that the wind, he didn't cope with it very well, but Grigor did. He said he came out and he actually adjusted so well, so quickly, and he played in the conditions much better. And that was why he was 2 sets up, because Sinner just didn't seem to be able to adjust. This condition today was much more favorable for him, and it showed. Yeah, I thought it was a great performance. Now he faces Novak Djokovic, someone he's beaten the last 4 times in a row, which that's not many people can say that in their career, that you've beaten Djokovic 4 times in a row. And Djokovic has beaten him, like you said, though, twice at Wimbledon. And that's got to count for something. Does despite losing 4 in a row, he's going to be happy that he's coming into this match beating another Italian who is in pretty good form. He had to come through in 4 sets, but the last 3 were sort of comfortable as well. It's sort of like you said with the Sinner against Shelton. You sort of knew who was winning the sets, especially even though he won that quick 6-2, the 7-5 and the 6-4, I still just fancied him. I just didn't really think Cobolli was going to be able to win those sets because Djokovic just had the mental edge. Bit worried about the slip right at the end on match point, which was it looked very painful. I mean, this is what his legs did. He did the split step, and you can see there that's no angle for anyone's groin to be moving in both in each other direction, and he was on the floor for a good 30 seconds after that. Cobolli came over, handed him his racket, checked if he was all right. Yeah, but he got through the match. We're not going to find out if that actually caused him any injury or not until probably tomorrow.
Well, he was talking about it after the match, saying that we'll have to wait and see. But for me, I think he's totally fine.
I hope so.
He put a tweet out a few hours ago saying, "Huge respect to Flavio, great player, great future. As for me, not done yet. Semi-finals, Idimo, and he's ready. Of course, he's gonna have to run the gauntlet. He'll have to win Wimbledon. He'll have to beat Sinner and potentially an Alcaraz in a final." And in tennis right now, it doesn't get any harder. If you want to win, ideally you'd want one of them to go out before, so you can just play one of them.
Yeah,
to beat both, I think, is a big thing. It's giving shades of like what Stan did all these years ago.
But if anyone can do it, Novak can do it, and that's the one thing. He is motivated,
but can he do it now?
It is scary.
He's been battered. Ben, he's been battered off the court the last 2 years in the final to Carlos Alcaraz.
Well, we didn't get battered the year before. It was 5 sets. It was a really close match.
So sorry, last year he got battered off, and the last few times he's played Jannik Sinner, he's been battered.
I think,
especially the last one, right?
He lost in straight sets, but I think battered is a harsh. I think straight sets. No, I think that's harsh because it was very competitive, but he still lost in straight sets, which is maybe due to the surface. Maybe it's too physical, the clay. Maybe this is the surface. And this is what we said coming in. Remember the draw preview, the draw reactions, all of the build-up. I was saying, this is it. This is sort of the last dance, really, with Jannik Sinner for me, because if he can't beat him on grass, then Jannik Sinner sort of has his number on every single surface then. And where do you go from there? You just have to hope that you don't play Sinner at the slams then. And that's not a good position to be in if you're wanting to have that mindset going into a tournament. You can beat anybody and win a Grand Slam again. And I think Djokovic needs this win more than ever. If he's considering and he keeps saying, I'm going to be playing for 2 more years or 3 more years, he needs to have the knowledge that he can beat Jannik Sinner right now. That is a must. I think if he loses to Carlos, that wouldn't be as crazy because he's beaten Carlos last year anyway and at the Australian Open. But Sinner is a different animal, which he hasn't managed to crack for the last 4 times.
And in the draw preview, you then went on to say that you're going to have Jannik Sinner defeated him. And we know you're a big fan of Novak Djokovic. Has your mind changed at all?
Yeah, I find it difficult to even.
I feel like you keep picking Djokovic to beat Sinner usually at this stage.
Did I last
some of
time?
the other slams? I feel like you love it.
Did I?
Yeah, you tease the idea.
I tease the idea a little bit. This one, it's going to be very difficult. That's all I'm going to say. I think this is the best opportunity he has. A fully motivated Novak Djokovic. He's got a blueprint, maybe laid out by Grigor Dimitrov, to be able to get a few sets off Sinner now.
True.
So maybe he can use that and his own.
Well, we've seen weaknesses. Knowledge. We've seen a weakness in Jannik Sinner, and Grigor Dimitrov pretty much had him beat. So there is a path, and that's what without that match, I would be on here gloating, very confident. I'd be saying Sinner straight sets. Since seeing Dimitrov and that match, I'm now not so confident, and I'm not here being so cocky with it all at all. I am very fearful of Novak Djokovic, and I think he could win.
He's definitely could win.
I'm changing my tune slightly. So on that basis, let's give my prediction, and I'm going to be going for. I'm going to be going for Jannik Sinner in 4 sets.
Sinner in 4. There you go. It's locked in.
Did you give your one earlier?
No, I haven't given any. No, I said join the podcast for my prediction. So we've all been waiting. Everyone's at home. They're all tuning in.
No one's waiting for your one, Ben. I've seen your record.
They already knew who you were going to pick anyway. I've already said that you've been singing Sinner's praises since the start. You've got him as the champion. I didn't think that you'd probably change your tune. I
was tempted, by the way. About an hour ago, I was thinking, I think Djokovic could win, but I've got some logic of why I'm going for 4, because I think Djokovic has lost 4 tie breaks. The last 4 tie breaks are Italian players. He's struggling with Italian players in tie breaks, so I'm going to be going for Jannik Sinner to win 3 or 2 of these sets in tie breaks.
Well, then that just means that we're going to have to see.
It's going to be a long one,
because Grigor didn't go to a tie break at all. He got the sets done before the tie break, and that's probably good because you don't want to go to a tie break with Sinner. Really, he's a pretty cool customer. Before this tournament, everybody knows my draw preview. I had Jannik Sinner beating Djokovic because I just thought that I didn't really see us.
You're just a hater.
I just didn't see where Djokovic is making the adjustments to be able to beat him. But since, like you said, since we've seen Sinner pretty much go out the tournament, but just saved by the tennis gods, and Djokovic hasn't had to be saved. He's dropped a set here, dropped a set there. I think how many has he dropped in the all tournament? 3, 4, but he's never looked in danger in this whole Wimbledon. So I'm going to go for it because I don't think there's many other opportunities left for Novak Djokovic. And a motivated Djokovic means he will bring out his best tennis. And I think he will win in 4 sets.
Okay, there you go. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. We'll speak about the women's. And I guess the big shock was Mirra Andreeva losing to Bencic, 2 tie breaks. Talking about Sinner with tie breaks. Bencic won both tie breaks. Mirra Andreeva didn't play her best, I think it's safe to say. But fair play to Bencic, doing the best she's ever done.
It reminded me a little bit when I was watching this one, and you would have probably thought the same. Like sometimes when we play, Mirra Andreeva had a case of the me's in this at the latter stages of this match. She went full on defensive mode and used the forehand slice for literally about 3 points in a row. Just kept chopping it. Chopping it. Every shot was a chop. And I was like, what's going on? She's gone.
It's her age, though, Ben. Come on,
Maybe.
we need to understand, put it into perspective how young she is and how crazily she's doing.
It works, though, sometimes. But
but this is normal. I feel like this is normal. This can happen.
Yeah,
she's so good. She's a future Grand Slam champion, no doubts about it. And these things are just part of her learning and adjustment.
Credit to Bencic, though, considering how long ago was it that she literally gave birth, has a kid, drops to a 400 in the rankings, spent her time going through, ITFs and stuff, just coming back up through the ranks again. And now she finds herself in a Wimbledon semi-final. This is the furthest she's ever been at Wimbledon. And she actually has a good shot. I think she's still got a shot against Iga. Don't rule out Belinda Bencic. We've done it once. But I think Iga, you've called a good one here, mate. I don't know how you've done it. I don't know how you've done it, because look, this is Iga's results at Wimbledon over her career. First round exit in 2019, fourth round exit 2021, third round exit 2022, quarterfinals in 2023, third round last year, and now into the semi-finals with a great chance to get to the final, and she won in straight sets today. So you got that prediction right as well. Samsonova, she just wasn't able to just get a set over the line. Iga
She
too
forced
strong.
back, but she was too slow to start the second set, and that's what killed her, because she actually fought back to get back on serve and
She
then
did.
faltered at the end. But it's only because she started the set too slowly. Iga has a great shot to get into the final. She's now reached the semi-final of every single Grand Slam or better. Of course, Roland Garros winning it quite a few times.
Yep.
Winning the US Open as well. But this is the big one what's eluded her. We've never seen her do anything good on the grass, ever. Always been poor. I did predict her to win this year. I thought a lot of that was to do with the draw and the fact that it had a feeling of openness, like it has done in the last few years. And I thought she was very good coming into this event. Losing in the final to Pegula can happen. But at Wimbledon, I was expecting to see a better level, and that's what we've seen. So the pressure's off her because no one was really expecting her to go on and win the tournament. Yes, I don't think I was even expecting it, but it was my prediction. And now I'm super confident. I think she will win the whole thing. And I think if she plays Sabre in the final, Sabre's going to go up the first set and then lose in 3.
Yeah, Sabre really hasn't been filling us with much confidence. That's the one good takeaway if you're any of the other players that are still left in the draw on the women's, is the world number one looks very, very there for the taking in her matches, despite the fact she's able to turn it around. If you're at a higher level, I think, than the competitions she's faced, you probably get her out of there. Coco Gauff's done it fairly recently, and I think Iga's another player who would be able to take opportunities a lot better. So in this one, we got a head-to-head between these two, and Iga leads it by 3 matches to 1 against Belinda Bencic. So I'm not sure how much that we can read into that. They're quite close matches. You see 2023 on grass at Wimbledon. And
they're not all close. I remember Iga bageling her once, right?
Well, this one was at Wimbledon in 2023. And this was 2
Was there no bagels? I see that Doha one. Was there a bagel in it? I remember you doing a graphic once. Was it for Bencic where you did like the bakery? I can't seem to see one though. Maybe it's not Bencic.
She had so many victims during that Iga's bakery days. But yeah, the fact that Wimbledon 2023 was such a close match, Bencic can probably look back to that one. But I think Iga has improved a lot, and her timing and learning to play on this fast surface is actually, well, it's coming to fruition.
I'm really pleased you're picking Bencic. That's interesting. I'm going to be going for Iga in straights though, so you can just put me in for that.
I'm not going to be going for Iga in straights.
You're going for Bencic. You just said she's really good at Wimbledon and she's going to beat Iga.
This is the first time she ever got to the semi-final. I think Iga's going to win, but I think it will be in 3 sets.
Oh, he's changed his tune.
Well, same
so
as
you like my pick, Iga. Is she going to win the whole thing, Ben?
Have to wait.
Where's your champion? Where's she gone?
Are you just hoping for Anisimova in the just one? Do you think that's going to be an easier match?
I think I predicted it.
Well, yeah, you have. You've got Anisimova in 3. I've got Sabalenka. So I'm going for the Sabalenka Swiatek final. You've got Anisimova Swiatek final. Tell us your final in that comment section below for the men's and the women's. And give us a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching these daily episodes. It's been tough because we're fitting in quite a few things. It's been a busy period with work. We're currently doing this, close to 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So a lot of stuff going on. It's not been easy, but thanks for all the support. We really do appreciate it. And we're striving to always do better with not just pronunciations, but bringing you as much up-to-date tennis commentary as we can, whenever we can. We love the sport. We know you love the sport. And Wimbledon lives on another day, one step closer to the finals and to who's going to be the champion. Let us know who you think that's going to be in the comments section. And we'll see you tomorrow for another episode.
That's it.
Idimo Nole.